time, we want to thank our musician, play from home. Oh, I got it. Good. Awesome. Thank you. Very nice. And if anybody wants to have the same kind of fabulous entertainment, there are business cards up here as well. Thank you. And we have 3 men featured artists tonight. And if they will come up here and you could maybe talk a little bit about your process, what you do. We've got Dan the Imperial, Dennis Ninmer, and Tom Dent. And this constitutes the first part of our theme, 3 men. The next part is, you'll find out.
Well, I'm used to talking in front of a microphone when I do my DJ work. I put that plug in there as well. But anyhow, I started doing some painting here back in about 1980, 81. I helped a friend of mine paint some garage door murals. And I did about 6 of them. He did maybe 20 of them. So I got to start doing that. And remembering back when I was like in 8th grade or something like that, I had a hard project and got an A+ on it. Probably the only time I ever got an A in grade school years or high school years. So I had something to think about. In 97, I kind of had a nervous condition breakdown deal. I ended up in a VA for several months, and they had therapy there Tuesday, Thursday, so you could sit down and do something. And I started painting on wood. That's all I had. So I painted these little pictures, and 2 actually ended up in the John Michael Fuller Art Center a couple years ago for an animal magnetism event they had going on there. That was kind of cool. And then in 97 there, I started painting a whole bunch of all things you get was wood. You know, I could afford canvases. So I painted a whole bunch of stuff on wood. So that's why I brought 1 sample of my wood painting over here in the second one in the end. That I did on wood with the enamel. That's what I had. Then I did in 2010, I kind of got irritated with all my friends and locked the door and started painting. And in 3 months' time, I did 60 paintings. And I just sat down and started looking them up. So and then I took pictures of them, went to John Michael Fuller with them. They recommended me to come here, and the rest is and I'm learning all the while on something to do. And then through being here, they had suggested I take some photographs of some sceneries that I want to paint so I can get a better perspective on shadowing and different things like that. So I started doing that, and I liked my photographs, so I brought them in as an amateur photographer, and this is what I got. So I'm enjoying it, and this has been a great time, and I think anybody that can be creative and make something, whatever it is, like I did, put models together as a kid, I did some masonry, I did wood tables, this has really been really enjoyable for me to be part of a group like this, and anybody can be a member here and just bring something in. You can carry it in, and it's a great time. So I'm glad to be part of this, and thank you all for showing up.
Hi, I'm Dennis. I work with stuff over here, the photography pictures. What I brought down here was a variety of pictures that I do. You can see some of it is done computerized by image manipulation. I call some of it abstract work. To me, it's just another area that photographers today can get into and play with. You can take your normal photographs, which are all gorgeous, but when you sit down with a computer and you start playing with the images, trying to create something that's inside the photograph, I find that as a release, as a way for myself to relax. I started photography back in the early 70s. Had my first video in 76, probably the early 80s. Interest rates went to 21% back then. Coming with the bank school in my studio, so I sold everything. Didn't touch a camera for almost 10 years. I was very bitter, not with the camera, but with the economy the way it was back then, that I was forced to be shut down. When digital came around, I said this is never going to take off, but it did. But I saw it for myself as another art form, and that's when I decided to get back in it. My full-time job I had at that time, I left. I went to a stone quarry, and I developed a natural stone picture frame line, which we were going to bring some of those samples down here, but we thought this time we're just going to bring my images. We have a natural stone picture frame line, which is probably the only one in the world that we know of. Check out our website, see what that's about. Next time we'll have some of those here. But we brought that out so I could start getting more into wildlife, nature pictures, and put something into a frame that nobody else has ever done. A lot of photographer friends of mine say get it on the market, so we did, and I've been very busy with that, not so much taking pictures anymore. And so we got to get back into that. I hope that you all enjoy the work. It's a little bit different than what a lot of photographers do. Some photographers don't like the way we do things, but that's art, that's the beauty of it. And I'm enjoying it. We're just going to keep on going, and hopefully when I retire, just keep on playing. So keep learning every day. That's the fun part.
Yes, please.
Well, we're going to do some different thing. I'm going to go back there. So it's probably easier to talk and show than to talk up there and have the stuff all behind you. So these are things I've done over the last 2 or 3 years. And I also started with film in college. And then about 2009, my wife said, how would you like an upgrade on your camera? Instead of having a little pocket camera, would you like to get like a bigger real camera? So for Christmas, I got a digital camera and just started taking some pictures of things. And after I spread them all out, I realized that there was kind of a theme that was going on. And most of the things I did were old, sort of abandoned things. And I was really interested in the textures. And as it turns out, when you shoot old, abandoned things, they have an awful lot of texture. And some of them have a lot of interesting color that you wouldn't typically notice. So other than these two and the one on the end, which were almost black and white, there's actually a lot of other color things going on here, and most of them are paint. Paint that's not working very well anymore. Most of it's falling off. But a lot of it coming through here in the rust. This is concrete. These are a couple of old signs with lichen and spray paint and things on them. This is out in San Francisco. It's an old float off of a fishing net. And the other one down on the end is from underneath the train. It's the big train wheel. So I really like the color, the texture, the patterns that show up. And I think sometimes if you spend time looking at things that other people have sort of thrown away, you actually find a lot of beauty in them.
Are you using a macro lens at all?
No.
No? Wow.
I'm just using a kit lens. I do have a couple little close-up filters I screw on the end. It's sort of a cheap way to do a macro thing, but yeah, it's kind of cool some of the effects you can get.
Very nice.
Thank you.